Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to ATI ProMedia. We're powered by advanced trading. Markets are open and a little volatility starting to hit the markets across the world. Markets were open yesterday, but not in our complex of the grains. But it was only Thanksgiving in America. And I know that sounds funny, but they weren't celebrating up in Canada and around the rest of the world. So many of the markets at the CME group were open. Stock indexes, Bitcoin, so many things. What was closed? Grains, cattle, and more. We have some good news on exports. We have a little volatility. We had what's called a hard open, where we did not trade grains last night. So you see all the bids and offers line up. We had an explosive open in soybean oil, and we see that oil meal spread continuing to trade. Great demand in soybeans. We had some nice exports, yet soybeans are down 3. Let's go to LaSalle Street. We'll quote up the market and then we'll talk about the headlines. We'll let you get on with your day, but we do appreciate you watching. We hope you like and subscribe, not only to the Advanced Trading YouTube channel, but hit notifications so you can see every time we go live. All right, I still have Dee's corn up. We got to change all of our quotes from Dee's to March, but corn up a couple. GN beans down 2. Meal the seller down 40. Oil up 110. Board of Trade wheats, KC wheat, hard red wheat, seeing some selling over there, all down 1 to 3. Little price action in cattle. We've seen some stronger cash trade as we went home on Wednesday. Live cattle up a little bit in Dees. Jan feeders down 10. They've had a heck of a run. Hogs up 50. They've had a good run too. Jojo, let's take it to Wall Street here. Dow Jones up 100, S&P's up 18, NASDAQ up 100. 2s, 5s, 10s, 30s, all higher. Quietly, folks, over the last few weeks, interest rates have gently went down. We do have a Fed meeting in December, today being the last trading day of the month. Interesting with that, last trading day of the month, holiday abbreviated session, a lot of professional traders off. A lot of times you don't have your A team trading and on your desk. Sometimes it's the B players as people travel. All right, gold up, silver up, copper up, crude oil up, natural gas up, Bitcoin up. That's a lot of ups. Matter of fact, when I look at my quote board, there's only a few things down. Beans and meal and feeders. That's a really nice green quote board. All right, Jojo, we got headlines here. First of all, I want to thank you all. It was 1 year ago today that we went live, had fun, met a ton of great people, get to educate people through premium, and we get to meet new folks. I hope we're adding value to you and your farm. Some of our clients who sign up aren't even involved in agriculture. They just maybe like content. I was watching something on CNBC this morning, Gary Vee, and he was saying that, for all the people producing content, the social medias and algorithms are really starting to favor live content, and people like watching people. He talked about folks on TikTok making $1 million a month. Absolutely, what's fascinating, what's going on in the world, and a lot of this is spun out of COVID. I remember buying a webcam that was $50, but I had to pay $200 during the pandemic. So we switched from, I used to drive to South Bend, Indiana to go film U.S. Farm Report. Now Tyne just texts and says, can you be on tomorrow? And we come in our basements and get to do TV. There is still traditional TV. I get to go down to RFD TV. Speaking of RFD TV, I'll be on the Cow Guy Close at 12:15 today. Markets close early, but I'll be on Cow Guy Close at 12:15. We're going to talk about tariffs with Mexico, China, and other countries. I'm going to talk about the top 3 things we import from those countries and so on. Okay, we have a big sale. The sales are the star of the show. Today's title is going to be We're Grateful for Exports, because Joe and I were like, what's the name of the show going to be? These are monster exports, and it's good. We need it. A lot of people think they're front loaded. OND, October, November, December. Well, the calendar flips over the weekend and we'll be in December. We'll see what happens. If you are a farmer and you want to be optimistic, it's on exports. If you're a farmer and you want to re-own something, this is a good time of year where corn tends to, but not always, futures and options have risk. Corn tends to trend up. It's trending up right now in the cash market. It's trending up in the spreads. The futures, we're actually having a tough couple of weeks here. But when you look at the cash market, we're doing better. We tend to see some strength. Also on a seasonality, this Thanksgiving Friday trade, I think a high percentage of the time beans close up. It may only be by 1/4 cent, but a pretty high percent on them closing up on this day. Now, the problem is you don't know if it's up 20 cents or up 1/4 cent, maybe up 0 cents. It just it's not a sure thing. There are no sure things Of course, speaking of sure things, I can't help but laugh that 2 years ago we were being bombarded with Tom Brady commercials for all types of crypto exchanges that went broke and were fraudulent. So if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. But we do have demand, and that is true. Okay, speaking of demand, coffee off the charts. Is coffee the new cocoa? Very, very likely. Coffee prices Wednesday extended their 3-week parabolic rally, with March posting a contract high and December posting a 47-year nearest future high. I've only traded a couple coffee contracts in my life, but I do participate in the wonderful beverage every day. And I enjoy coffee. So if you're going out to Starbucks, Sam's Club, one of the big boxes, you better back the truck up. Back the truck up, get yourself some coffee, because coffee prices have went up. All right, Jojo, did we get all the headlines real quick? 10-year, pop that up. 10-year yields have slowly went down to 4.20. I guess there's a December Fed meeting this month. Well, this month being next month. What else? I have time. Phones are slow. They're not really ringing too much today. I have a few people to call, catch Tommy and the Cacao Guy close. We're going to produce 2 different pieces of premium content today. Going to call a few people, get those recorded this afternoon. Questions, comments, drop them. Of course, we do want to thank you all for watching like you do. If you ever miss a show, don't be afraid to catch up on that. I do have advice for you, after Thanksgiving advice. And this is something I'm going to do today. If you like turkey, I don't like the whole bird anymore. I just like the turkey breast. Day after Thanksgiving, if you have a freezer chest or a freezer, go buy a bunch of turkey breast. You can cook them in the crock pot. Got a little recipe for that. But if you have a smoker, if you have any type of Traeger or anything else, you put a beautiful turkey breast on the smoker, smoke it for 8 hours, turn the heat up, finish it up, check the temperature. A wonderful meal, not only just once a year, but several times. But all the legs and wings and guts and all that, we could do without that. So turkey is on sale, getting long turkey calls today. All right, from this turkey to your turkey, Jojo, we got any decent questions here? Comments, drop them, and we'll get to it. What do we have here? Luke had some beef yesterday just for Brady's sake. Thanks for the year of good information content. Luke, thank you, and hearts, and still thinking about all those people in North Carolina. Luke's in North Carolina. That state had a really rough go of it this year. All right, folks, just overlooking at the markets again. Corn's up a little, beans are down a little. Stock market's doing okay. They're a shorter amount of distance between now and Christmas, 26 days, they say. So a shorter shopping period. One other interesting thing I learned from Gary Vee, and if you're interested, I'll send you that Gary Vee footage from CNBC this morning. But he talked about if a traditional store that sells stuff is in a little, so take Valparaiso, Indiana. If you're a traditional store in Valparaiso, Indiana, and you sell stuff, your crowd is pretty limited to people within 10 miles of Valparaiso. Maybe someone drives 50 miles to go to your boutique. But what he talked about was if every store that was selling something built a little corner of media and went live on TikTok, Insta, and everything in vertical format, that their sales could just go 100-fold. And he kept talking about these people. Now, sure, it's fun to say there's people out there making $1 million a month on TikTok. And we have to understand with TikTok that those privileges could be pulled away from you at any point. No one knows who TikTok is, right? But the ability to go live on so many of these social medias and sell whatever you're selling, whether it be educating people on futures and options or anything else. It's interesting. Things have changed a lot. 1 year ago today, we went live for the first time. Things have changed a lot. Connor and Brady and everyone who helps, Joe and Rick, thank you. Everyone back at Advanced Trading and Corporate, or even people who have contributed, Dave Lechtenberg, Tony Dunker, Justin, Kurt, Nate, so many people. What you don't realize is early in the morning, research sends us stuff. Nate Mangold sends us stuff. Michael Reginelli and his team send us stuff. So we're constantly being fed with good information. Something you should do today. It's cold. When it gets cold, we tend to see that basis tighten. Check those last local cash markets and see if there's any opportunities to sell grain. With that, Jojo, let's wrap it up. Let's get out of here. You got our number. You got our email, info at ATI ProMedia, 1-855-737-FARM. I have some flags to send out. I'm still 2, 3 flags behind on getting those sent out. You don't worry, we'll get that sent out. If you haven't subscribed yet to ATI Pro Media, we wish you would, because we're posting good stuff on there. Last but not least, before we go, are you bullish or bearish corn? We'd love to see you drop it in the comments. Between now and the end of the year, are you a bull or a bear? Jojo, wrap it up. Let's get out of here, buddy.